Evening guys, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel again and back to the Ultimate Racing League Super Formula Series Season 2. We are here this week at Circuit de la Sarthe. After last week's technical shenanigans, Ice Chan's not available to do the comms with me tonight, but we have sorted out all the technical difficulties and he will be doing the dual comms with me for the next round, providing he's back off holiday. So without further ado, we'll get into this 50-minute race around Circuit de la Sarthe, also affectionately known as Lemons. We got Toten lining up on pole. We got Brian Moncani there in second place. We got Ice Chand in third place. Asbo is fourth. Nathan Rombouts is fifth. Vexed is sixth. We got Ginge in seventh. Chuck is eighth. Palmer in ninth and Smurf in 10th. So a couple of people not able to race this evening, but without further ado, let's get into it. For some reason, not getting the lights there. Toten making a great getaway already. Ice Chand is there in second place. Brian McCartney dropping to third. We've got Nathan Rombouts, he's up to fourth place. Chuck is up to fifth. So, it's got a little bit congested through there. Chuck and Vexed having a little bit of a coming together. I think Chuck got squeezed by somebody on the inside there as well. Not too sure who it was. Ginge is up there as well. Ginge is up to sixth place now. Vexed has dropped to seventh. Smurf is there in eighth. We've got Palmer in ninth. Asbo dropping all the way back to 10th currently. So Toten still trying to break away from the rest of the pack. He's had a great start, hasn't he? He's already got a couple of car lengths over Ice Chan, so I imagine Ice will probably start using the overtake to try and maximise the top speed of that Super Formula. I think they were topping out around 186 mile an hour with the overtake around here. Brian McCartney still in third place, and then we've got a gaggle of cars forming in the background. They've got Chuck in fourth place. He's followed by Ginger, and then Nathan Rombouts, and then Vexed. Vexed actually getting the move done on Rombouts, is it? He's alongside him. Rombouts also got that 0.5 second penalty. We've got Palmer in the background there as well, and Smurf. So Palmer managing to get past Smurf, now he's up to 8th place. Vexed managing to get past Rombouts, it looks like he's going to go for a go. Have a move up the inside, is he? So Vex actually braking later there. He's managed to keep that 6th position for a minute. He's going to start chasing down Ginger, who is just up ahead with a 0.5 second penalty. Ginger actually looking to make a move on Chuck. So Chuck caught sleeping in that Ferrari. What has he got? Can he keep that position? Can he keep that 5th place away from... In fact, no, he's dropped to 5th, hasn't he? So he's staying on the inside there. Ginger holding it around the outside. Actually, Ginge getting the move done, so great move there from Ginge. Chuck actually down to 5th now. So we've got Toten followed by Ice Chan, followed by Brian Moncani, and then we've got Ginger, Chuck, Vexed, Nathan Rombouts, Palmer. That's your top 8. Chuck looking like he's under a bit of pressure now from Vexed. I think this might be the closest squabble on track so far. Vexed having a look up the inside there, not quite managing to make it work. He's going to follow Chuck for the minute. I think these two are actually going to get past Ginge just up ahead as well, so Ginge is going to drop from that 4th position, probably behind Vexed. In fact, he might even come out between them. And he's managed to slot in between them. Vex looking for a move at the inside there though. Oh, there was nearly contact. That was great driving from them guys though. Still very close, still following each other. Oh, I think Ginger just got caught out by the dirty air. Oh, and he's off onto the grass, into the gravel. That's going to cost him. Nathan Rombouts moves through to 6th place. We've got Palmer there in 7th. Ginge, he's going to rejoin in the 8th place. Smurf still ahead of Asbo, 9th. And Asbo there in 10th. So Toten with quite a handsome lead now. I think Le Mans one of his favourite circuits, if I'm not mistaken. Ice Chan doing really well at the moment as well, still currently in 2nd place. He's managing to hold off Brian Moncani. In fact, there's a nice gap as well. He's got a nice bit of breathing space over Brian, so I'm sure he'd be happy with that. And Brian Still not using any of his overtake yet. I think he's going to wait until he gets into that slipstream range of Chand, and that may be when he starts using it. Chuck still currently in 4th place. Doing well to keep Vex behind him at the moment. And Vex is still there in 5th. So it's looking like everybody's settling into their respective places currently. It does become like that sometimes, doesn't it, around certain tracks? It becomes a bit of a procession. Although I think we will see some overtakes happen again once the field closes up. In fact, it looks like Brian possibly starting to creep up onto the back of Chand. Go on board just a second with Chand. So you can see Brian in his side mirrors. He is definitely closer than he was before, isn't he? So I think Brian's starting to pick up the slip of Ice Chand, probably running in dirty air at the moment. And in fact, it looks like the battle between Vex and Chuck has just started to heat up. Vex going up the inside. He's managed to get that move done. Oh, Chuck having a look at coming back. Would he be able to get back past him? Vex actually picking up a 0.5 second penalty there. Must have been for track limits. I think just dipping a wheel slightly over the line and paying the price for it. So Chuck definitely looking like he's got a run now, doesn't he? He looks like he's got the momentum. Maybe we'll see a move come towards the final chicane. Obviously Vex will serve that penalty on the next lap now. Chuck actually going really deep through that last turn. And Vex actually getting the move done on Brian Mulcahy. So Brian really slow through that last sector. And Vex seemed to just catch him unawares. He carried so much speed through that sweeping left-hander, a very fast one. Seemed to drop Chuck somewhat, and now he's past Brian. So well done the Vex. He's actually got the fastest lap. That last lap was the fastest lap currently for 3:22.5. But he has got that penalty, so Brian will surely get back past him. Actually put in purple sectors as well. He's 0.5 up on his previous best. He has used a lot of that overtake though. It looks like he's trying to get into that slip barrage now. Chan not too far up the road. There he is in that Red Bull. Chan still trying to chase down Toten, but Toten, he's off up the road now, isn't he? Couple of seconds ahead. Well, he's got to be about 5 seconds, I think, at this point. 3 to 5 seconds. Chand having a fantastic race at the moment. He had a great quali, to be fair. Managed to start towards the front of the grid, and it's definitely paid off for him. So Vexed still 0.5 up through that last sector. May be able to break into the 321s. I think we actually saw a 320 in qualifying, which I think was Toten. That's how he managed to secure pole. So only 0.3 up through that one, and crucially he's used most of his overtake, and he's got that penalty he's going to have to serve very soon. That's a lot. He's caught up onto the back of Chan now, though. We've also got Brian there and Chuck very close as well. Chuck also with a penalty. So the guys definitely testing out the track limits this evening. We'll go on board Brian. I think he is going to get past Vex quite easily, and he does. So he's going to slot in just ahead. Vex is going to try and make the most of that slipstream. I think we would have seen Mawson up towards the front as well, but unable to make it tonight. It was his daughter's 18th, so shout out to Mawson's daughter. Happy birthday. So Vexed now trying his hardest to stay with Brian, but it looks like Brian started pulling away already. And then we've got Chuck there in 5th place. Does look like the skies are starting to darken as well. So maybe there's some rain forecast. Can be very changeable around here as it can at the Nordschleife. Chuck actually picking up a 0.5 second penalty again. I didn't see what that was for. Must be running them track limits very closely. He's looking like he's got a run on Vex now, though. He's going to start using that overtake. I'm not too sure. What have you got, Chuck? Come on. And he is closing right up. Oh, a little bit out of shape for that last turn. Looking like his tyres are a little bit worse for wear, but then everyone's tyres are getting there, aren't they? So 11.5 minutes in. And from this view, it does, or it did look like the track was starting to maybe get a bit damp. So it is looking like Chuck's on a mission. He's trying to retake that 4th position. But he has got that penalty as well, so will Rombout's manage to get past him? I'm not too sure. He's still trying to get past Vex at the moment. Brian Moncani trying to break the toe, and Chuck is closer than ever. Is he going to go for the move? It looked like he was trying to set one up, but Vexed and Brian both defending very well. And as Chuck serves his penalty, I think Nath has gone through. So yeah, Nathan Rombouts is through to 5th place. Chuck, he's dropping to 6th now. Can he stay with Rombouts? The mist has descended around Lemons. That was a great shot, wasn't it, as they came through there. Very high-speed corner. Almost flat. Oh, Chuck in the background there. Oh, I think he might get another track warning for that. And he does. So that turn catching a few people out tonight. I think that was maybe... No, it wasn't, was it? It was that downhill left-hander where Vex got his penalty. Chuck with another 0.5 second penalty. He's going to have to watch out, isn't he? Because Asbo's starting to gain. It looks like he's started to find his rhythm, trying to make his way onto the back of the pack. Palmer is there in 8th place. Still trying to make some headway. It looks like he had slight damage to the front of that car. Hopefully his wing's not damaged. Ginger down in 9th now. He's got a 0.5 second penalty as well, so also testing the track limits. Oh, it's Palmer. Palmer's had a spin. That's going to allow Ginger through. Ginger moves through to 8th place. Palmer lighting them tyres up as he rejoins. He rejoins in 9th. Smurf starting to catch. He's a few corners behind, isn't he? He's got that 0.5 second penalty as well, so he's going to have to get his head down. He's had not a bad run this season though, as Smurf. Toten now gapping the field by quite a considerable amount. He's actually taken the fastest lap off of Vex with a 3:22.4. Only 100 faster. Brian O'Carney and Chand. I think Brian's got past Chand, has he? He's got the inside still. Ice is still trying to fight back. Come on, Ice. Has Ice used any of his overtake? He's not used that much, so still able to use that overtake to his advantage. Brian trying to break the toe again. Ice looking for a way through. He's going to go for a move, is he? And he has. He's managed to get it up the inside, so that was a great move there from Chan. Moving up to 2nd place again. He's retaken that 2nd position. Brian McCartney still all over him though. As Brian moves back through to 2nd place. Chand having a slot back in behind. And Vext is there as well, but he's got a 0.5 second penalty, so he's surely going to lose that place to Rombouts, who is hot on his tail. Look at these two go. These two are having a right mammoth scrap at the moment. Chand and Mulcahy. Brian moving over to cover the inside. Chand's going to try and get a long way round. And he's got it done. That was a great move there from Chand. Brian having a slot back in behind again. He should surely be able to slingshot back past. Chand is going to have to go ultra defensive, and here he comes again. So Brian moving back up to 2nd place again. Ron Bowles has moved through to 4th as Vex over that penalty. Vex dropping to 5th place now. Chuck not too far behind in 6th. He's also got quite a lot of overtake left. Asbo 7th, Ginger still 8th. Oh, Palmer dropping to 9th. Smurf in 10th, and we'll go back on board with that battle. Where is it? So Ice Chan and Brian. Ice Chan still well with Brian. Brian has managed to edge ahead slightly, but he's not managing to get away, is he? Not at the moment. Oh no, Chand! Chand's had a moment. Oh, coming out the final chicane. I think he just had a moment. And Vex getting a better run on Rombouts. He's managed to retake that 3rd position. Rombouts dropping to 4th. Vex has used all of that overtake though, so I think that's going to be a deciding factor in his race. Brian managing to gap the rest of the field now. He's going to be starting to try and get onto the back of Toten. He's just putting in a purple sector there, so maybe he still can. Toten's some way ahead now though. 17 minutes in. Brian Mulcahy 2nd place. We've got Vex there in 3rd. Looks like he's actually started to gap Rombouts slightly. I'm not having a bad run this evening in the Alpha Tauri. Rombouts still with a little bit of overtake left. In fact, it looks like he's dropped. He has dropped off of Vex now, hasn't he? We can still see him up ahead, but maybe not feeling so confident on them tyres now. I think we are definitely getting within the pit window. I think everybody trying to make the most of what tyre compound they're running at the moment, just in case it does rain. Chuck still firmly trying to chase down Rombouts. He wasn't too far off him, was he? So Either Chuck having a moment or he's had to serve another penalty. Ice Chand rejoining in 6th place. He's got a little bit of work to do now, hasn't he? He's going to be trying to make the most and get onto the back of Chuck. You can still see him, so it's not all over yet for the Iceman. Ginge up to 7th now, so Asbo, I think Asbo having a moment somewhere. Where is he? And Asbo, actually, he's got Palmer on his rear now, so this could turn into a battle for 8th place if Asbo doesn't get a move on and manage to catch up to Ginge. Ginge has got a penalty though, so it could be game on for Asbo. Looking like Palmer actually dropping off slightly. It's actually looking like Palmer's running stability assist and it's working overtime, so maybe that's where he's losing some of his time. It did look like he was dropping off the back of Asbo, didn't it? Smurf as well. So guys, if you're watching this, I don't think that the stability assist is helping. I think it's actually hindering you guys. I think it's possibly slowing you down slightly. It's Toten still out in 1st place. Vexed is the 1st in the pits. Was that a wise decision? Not too sure. The undercut can sometimes be quite powerful around some tracks, so maybe that is what he's going for. Brian Moncani, now with the fastest lap, he's got a 3:20.797. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. Trying to catch up to Toten, and he can see him now. He is definitely gaining on him. They look pretty equal on tyres, so maybe Brian just finding his rhythm later into the race. He's not having to worry about defending either, is he? He's dropped everybody else, but quite considerably. Nathan Rombouts, he's up to 3rd place. And Chuck is back up to 4th. Looks like he's starting to gain on Rombouts as well, so maybe he can find himself on that podium again like he did in the 1st round. Chand, he's back up to 5th. Palmer managing to get past Ginge now, so that penalty did definitely work in his favour that Ginge had. Ginge actually picking up a whole second. He's got a whole second's worth of penalty there. That is going to hinder him somewhat. The half a second isn't too bad. You never really want to get them, but yeah, when you start getting over that, it's definitely a race ruiner. So Vexed has re-emerged in 8th place. He is now on a fresh set of mediums. He's filled that car back up. He's definitely going to be on a charge to try and get that undercut to work. I think that's where he's ended up with that 0.5 second penalty, because he's been trying to get the hammer down. Smurf now in 9th place. So maybe Asbo deciding to pit as well. We'll have a quick look. Smurf has got a bit of work to do though, hasn't he, to get onto the back of the rest of the field. And as I predicted, Asbo has pitted. So he chose to pit when Vex did, I think. And now we have the race leader. So Toten is now into the pits. We've got Brian in the pits. I think Nathan Chuck. Ice will also be going in. I do fancy Palmer, and Ginge also will be pitting, so I think Vexed may become the new race leader. Will he get past the guys up in the top three? In fact, I think it's looking like Brian may still come out ahead. He's fueling that car up. It looks like Toten actually... Well, he'd have gone in first, wouldn't he? So yeah, he would fill the car up first. And where does Toten come out? So Toten comes out still race leader. Brian comes out in second place. Where is Vexed? He's moving up the order now. So yeah, Vexed has managed to come through. Has he? So no, he's come through into fifth place. He's going to catch Chuck on the back foot, isn't he? Surely. Oh, managing to have the inside for that one. I think there was a tiny bit of contact there between them, but Vex managing to get through. Chuck's going to want to stay with him though, isn't he? And then Chand, not too far behind as well. So Vexed, he's on a lap holder, set of mediums, but they should be up to temperature now, so he's going to be trying to attack the rest of the guys. You just see Moncani going round that chicane there. Still firmly trying to chase Toten down in first place. Toten not too far ahead now. He's only a few car lengths. That gap closer than it has been for the first half of this race. Obviously we are halfway through now. 50-minute endurance. I imagine that will probably be the one and only pit for most of these guys. Vexed actually managing to get past Ron Bounce now, so he's up to third place. Having a bit of a moment there though. Chuck going to go for the move on Ron Bounce now. He's moved through to fourth place. Ron Bounce dropping to fifth. Can he come back? Chuck covering off the inside there. He's going to go for a move on Vexed as well. Nearly. Oh, he almost got it done there. Looking fast in this second stint is Chuck. Using the last of his overtake to try and pull away from Nathan and try and maybe get past Vexed. In a bit of a DRS train at the moment. And Chand not too far off as well. He's there in sixth place. He's started to close that gap to Ron Bounce. Ron Bounce going a little bit deep for that last turn. Is that going to allow Ice to get past him? They're all definitely in the slip of each other now. Ron Bounce using the last of his overtake there. Has Chand got any? Chand, he's still got some overtake left. Is that going to be a deciding factor in this battle for third place? Just realising I've had myself on mute, hopefully not for too long. I was just commenting on the fuel there, so Toten and Brian, just over half a tank of fuel they've got between them. Vexed, maybe under fueling. You know, that's quite a big deficit in the fuel there. He's going to have a lighter car, so may be able to keep that gap to Chuck, but I'm not sure he's going to make it to the end of the race. He might have to do a splash and dash. So Chuck's still there in 4th place. He's got more fuel than Vexed. He might be able to eke that out to the end of this race. Coming up to the 10-minute left mark. Rombouts. Still trying to chase Chuck down. That gap still looks the same as it was before, to be fair. And then Ice Chand's dropped off the back of Rombouts now, hasn't he? He must have had another moment somewhere. It's looking like Asbo may be able to catch up to him. He can see him just up ahead. What can Asbo do? He hasn't got a lot of overtake left, so not really able to use that in his advantage, or to his advantage. But it does look like Ice Chan may be having another moment somewhere, but it does look like he's managed to extend that gap again to Asbo. Asbo did look like he was a lot closer. Yeah, we can't see him now in the shot, so only just coming around that. Oh, big moment there from Asbo, and he can only just see Ice Chan up ahead now. I think that moment may have cost him. Palmer still trying to chase Asbo down. Ginger actually putting in a best personal sector there. That was the fastest personal sector. His previous lap 11, was his personal best, so a 3:27.2. So looking like maybe Ginger's on a bit of a charge now. Perhaps he's got himself zoned back in, trying to catch up to Palmer. Smurf still trying to chip into that gap as well, but he's got a long road ahead of him. So Brian's still in 1st place. He's still got that fastest lap as well, so nobody able to steal that fastest lap, so that will be an extra point for him. To be fair, he's driven a pretty flawless race. Having a very good pit stop as well. I don't think we've not seen Brian at the moment, so very, very consistent around the South. And I do believe that must have been, I'm sure Toten must have had a moment somewhere which allowed Brian to close the gap and manage to get the move done. Oh, as he did there, he had a big twitch. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the corner. So it's looking like Brian and Toten, the two people at the front of the field, actually using traction. Vex seems to be the only person at the moment without traction. Chuck still trying to chip into that gap, but Vex managing to keep it pretty consistent at the moment. You can see them flames popping out the back. The Vex car there, that was a brilliant sight. See if we can get a better shot of that as he comes down the gears. I think we saw a little pop there. And you can see, I don't think Vex is going to have enough fuel. I think he's going to have to pit again. Ah, that is a great sight. Beautiful. See if we can get the shot from Asbo. Asbo's car, curiously not popping flames out the back. Brian looking like he may have done enough, but Toten, he has got that overtake. He's definitely using it now, isn't he? It looks like he's on a bit of a charge, a late charge. May be able to force Brian into an error with the use of that overtake. Oh, has he stayed within track limits? I think he may have got away with that. And he did, so managing to keep 2 wheels on the curb and not picking up a penalty there, so that was great driving there, precision driving from Toten. Vext and Chuck now having a ding dong, but Vext has had to go in, so Chuck is going to move through to 3rd place. So Vext deciding he didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. He's had to go in and chuck some fuel in that Alpha Tauri. So Chuck in the Ferrari, he's got 1 step on the podium at the moment, 1 foot on the podium. He's got Rombouts to contend with now though. Rombouts not too far behind him. Where is Vext going to come out? I think it's going to be close between Vext and Chand. Very long pit stop around here at Le Mans. And Ice Chand has moved through, has he? In fact, no, Vext. Vext coming out just ahead. No, there he is. There's Chand. Chand's managed to take that 5th position. So Vext, he's dropped to 6th now. He should have enough fuel to take him to the end of the race. He's actually slapped on a fresh set of hards. Is that going to give him the grip advantage against the guys on the worn mediums? Not too sure. We're going to have to wait and see. Stay tuned. It looks like he is on a charge against Chan though. Oh, Chan with a bit of a moment there. Is Chan going to be able to hold that 5th position? Come back to them two in a minute. And is Rombout's going to get past Chuck? In fact, Rombout's dropping off the back of Chuck now, so Chuck looking like he may have cemented that podium finish. Brian Moncani. Brian's still way out ahead. He's extended that gap to Toten again, so Toten, he had the overtake, but it's not really helped him. I think Toten starting to lose sight of that win now. Obviously current reigning GT7 Super Formula URL champion. Brian Moncani looking to try and... Is it his first win? I think this might be Brian's first win in this season. Season 2. I'll have to go back and check the scores, but so Brian's still out in the lead. Oh, it looked like he may pick up a penalty there though. Did he stray across the curb? In fact, looking like Brian maybe took the win at Fuji. So maybe this will be the second win of this season. And we'll have a rundown through the standings at the end of this race. So Brian and Toten, I think they've managed to get through. Chuck, he's got through to start another lap. We are at the 49-minute mark. Nathan Rombouts, he's still there in 4th place. Kind of lost sight of Chuck now though, hasn't he? Ice Chan still holding on to that 5th. Vex not managing to find his way through. He's got a whole half a second penalty as well, so I think Vex is just going to have to settle for 6th now, unless Chan makes a mistake up ahead. We will have a quick rundown. So they've managed to get through. Palmer, is he going to get through? He manages to start another lap. Lap 15. Asbo, so Asbo dropping behind Palmer now, and Asbo actually, I think he stopped it. I don't think he wants to do another lap. So Asbo finishing in 8th place. Ginger's going to take 9th. Smurf, he's going to take 10th. And it is actually quite a considerable way behind, isn't he? So we'll go on board with Brian Mancani, but Smurf, great effort there. 10th place, that's a decent point. So Brian, as I say, he's not really put a foot wrong, has he, tonight? Driving a very fast and consistent race, managing to, I don't think he picked up a penalty anywhere. I didn't see him pick up a penalty anywhere. Not having the best of starts. He got a bit swamped at the start, didn't he? Dropping to 4th or 5th and managing to stay consistent, fight his way back through. He's only got a few more corners to go. And Toten, nowhere to be seen now. Oh, in fact, no, we can see Toten, but he has got a penalty, so... Oh, and in fact, Vex managing to get past Ice Chand. Chuck is on the back of Rombouts as well. Vex has got a whole second's worth of penalty. That's going to allow Chan through, isn't it? Surely. And in fact, we'll have a quick rundown because I think the timer, I think this race expired on the timer, that it wasn't set long enough. We forgot about that. So Brian did in fact take the win. Toten was 2nd place. Rombouts, I think he came home in 3rd. Ahead of Chuck in 4th. Vexed, he had that second's worth of penalty, so I think that dropped him behind Chand. So Chand finishing in 5th, Vexed in 6th, Palmer 7th. But did Chuck manage to get past Rombouts? We're going to have to stay on board and see what happened. I do remember we didn't get to finish the lap, so... And that is where it ended, so yeah, Chuck actually not managing to get past Rombouts in the end. I think maybe if it went to the end, then he would have had a good chance, wouldn't he? He was definitely well with him. I think Chand possibly would have got back past Vexed as well, although Vex may be able to fight back towards the end. But after that round, I can tell you that Brian Mancani, he's on 75 points. He's in 1st place. We've got Vexed up to 2nd. He's on 50 points. We've got Chuck in 3rd place on 39. Mawson's in 3rd, well, joint 3rd or 4th with 39. Toten in 5th with 34. Rombouts 6th with 34. Ice Chan 7th with 34. So they're all actually tied at the moment. Very close between 4th and 7th, 3rd and 7th, should I say. Wayne G is in 8th. He's got 33 points. So Wayne G not turning up for a couple of rounds. I think he's been having mechanical difficulties. Graham Ali, he's currently 9th place with 28 points. 29, sorry. Dizzy Rip in 10th with 28. Palmer is 11th with 26. Ginger 12th with 26, Asbo 13th with 23, Coca dropping to 14th with 22, and Smurf down at the bottom in 15th with 21. But Smurf will get past Coca because obviously Coca dropping out after the first round. Anyway, guys, that was Le Mans. That was round 3. We'll be back with round 4, and as I say, I think as we got a technical difficulties sorted out, we will be doing it with Ice Chan, so we'll get a joint comms around Maggior with Ice Chan, and I will see you then. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.